Grace from NFP Connect, and we are celebrating services. I am here with Sheena Harvey, the CEO of CALM, Communities Activities Lake Macquarie. Welcome, Sheena.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So tell us a little bit about CALM and what it does for the community.
Yeah, sure. So Community Activities Lake Macquarie is really affectionately known as CALM. It's been in the Lake Macquarie area for 32 years now, primarily in the West Lake, but that's a long time for a not-for-profit of our size.
Yeah.
We have a volunteer board of management that help lead our way. In terms of services and programs, we are genuinely focused on children, families and young people that live in Lake Macquarie. So to achieve that, we have a range of programs and services, including our family support team. They do case management with parents for a whole range of reasons, just to help the family unit. They do parenting programs. And then we have our youth services team, which is a varied bunch. At the moment we have the Youth Development Officer role for Lake Macquarie. We have the Bright Minds Suicide Prevention Project, which is Ministry of Health funded. We have a Cardiff Collaborative Project, which is working with the Department of Justice and on any social behaviour in the Cardiff area. And we also have the Top Works program, which I'm going to let Toby talk about his own project in a little bit. Outside of that, we also have school wellbeing staff in 9 schools across Lake Macquarie, so that's a really important safe person that is in schools. And that's CALM.
Wow, that's amazing. So, I mean, for any family member, it's like any kind of issues that they might be having or struggles or they can't quite seem to get, because I know that we've talked about different, you're not only, if you don't have the service here, you've got a lot of connections outside of, you know, this centre where you collaborate and work with other organisations and do, you know, financial assistance and mental health stuff and counselling and all that sort of stuff. So
absolutely. CALM firmly believes that we can't do social change alone. Not one organisation, not one person is going to achieve that on our own. So we very much work in partnership and collaboration. There's not a single project that we run that we're involved in that is us alone. It really is a whole of community effort to make a change and make a change for the better for children and young people.
Yeah, awesome. So tell us a little bit about how the community has supported you to get you to where you are today. This organisation? Yeah,
so a lot of it is listening to what the community is telling us and being flexible and responsive for that, which is why I've chosen to highlight Top Blokes today. It came about a couple of years ago. We were hearing from schools through our school welfare staff in there. We were hearing through our biannual youth survey, consistent message that we needed a men's behaviour change program. It was said loud and clear several times from several sources out there in the community. So we went about looking at evidence-based programs that already exist, because another thing that we don't believe in is recreating the wheel. If there's already something good out there, let's bring that to Lake Macquarie. So we found the Top Blokes Foundation, applied for an exclusive licence to Lake Macquarie, and were successful. So this is Toby's second year out of a 3-year licence agreement, running that program in schools in Lake Macquarie.
Awesome. So before we speak to Toby, tell us a little bit about how the community can support CALM.
Again, Toby's project is really important to us because it is unfunded. It doesn't receive any government funding. So what we've had to do is really call on the schools themselves, businesses and community members to pitch in and help get that program here running. And they really have embraced it.
Awesome. And I know there's lots of different things, like we have spoken on numerous occasions about the different types of activities that you do and the funding that you need. So not everything's government funding, and a lot of the services, you know, you do need support for, and you are a not-for-profit.
We are a not-for-profit, and it's also all of those things that come outside of a funding scope. So the family support team, for example, is funded to do case management with a family, but the level of complexity that families come with, they don't come with just a single issue. They don't come just needing a parenting group. So calling on community members that have the expertise to help us with solving a tax return issue, to affordable accommodation, all those outside of the box things that a family will need in order to move forward.
Yeah. Perfect. We might get Toby up. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for being here. Welcome, Toby. Thank you so much for being here. Now, you are responsible for one of CALM's big projects that they've just brought in called the Top Blokes program. So can you tell us a little bit about that program and how it works?
Yeah, cool. So the Top Blokes program is an 8 to 16 week program that we run in high schools.
Yep.
Primarily for young men between the ages of 14 and 17.
Yep.
It's a harm minimisation evidence-based program that kind of covers a different topic every week.
Yep.
And uses the concept of kind of exploring each topic and starting conversations around these kind of key issues that are relevant for young men.
So what type of topics are there in this program?
So the topic scope kind of ranges between being, belonging and becoming.
Yep.
And they cover things across from drug and alcohol education through mental well-being, emotional intelligence, anger management programs, through to things like the realities of pornography, sexual health and respect for women, humanising teachers. Just to name a few of our programs, along with things like peer pressure and risk taking, which obviously are the ones that maybe a lot of our young men can relate to straight away.
Yeah, absolutely. So how many students and schools do you support in this program?
So we've currently worked across 8 schools across Lake Macquarie.
Yep.
Generally around 4 a term that we're working with. The program itself covers anywhere between say 8 to 15 young men in the program. And as I said, across those 16-week programs, that's generally our favourite one because you really build that relationship and connection with the boys, and allows us to kind of cover a wider scope of topics as well. But currently the schools that we're kind of engaging with on a more regular basis are schools like Glendale High, Warners Bay and Vermont High, along with Morisset, and we've even worked with schools like Wakefield School, which is more of a behaviour-based school.
Can you tell us a little bit about the successes and impact that this program is having on our community?
Well, for a lot of our young men, I guess just being part of the program and starting those conversations, we see that growth of the young men across that 8 to 16 weeks, just from being around those kind of topics and starting to share parts of themselves and learning from their peers as well. So we're starting to see that kind of as a natural kind of change of just kind of personal growth and development, confidence in self. As I said, in terms of that element of harm minimisation, while some of these topics might not be as relevant for some of the boys, at the same time for some of our young men, they're heavily engaged with some of those topics. As says, giving them the information to be able to make informed choices rather than just the only choice that sometimes we feel like we can make in those situations. In terms of kind of bigger successes, I guess we see it going with schools that we've engaged with now for the last 2 years and boys that we've worked with in that kind of first or few terms. We walk through the school and the handshakes and high fives and looking to check in and kind of share the positive changes, whether it is that on one scale of kind of they've cut back on their marijuana use, or they've stopped hanging around certain crowds, or they've kind of been able to reflect and build a more positive relationship with their parents or a sibling and things. You hear all that kind of stuff, but a lot of the time it's out there in their real world, in their real communities, that I guess the true impacts are happening.
Can you tell us how the community can get behind this program?
Definitely. So in terms of the program itself, so I'm the only one employed by CALM that facilitates the program. So we also work with other external services to co-facilitate that. So other professionals that are in that youth space or in that set focus sector of that want to come and add value, and also maybe learn about some of the subtopics that we cover. That's a great way other professionals can kind of get on board to add value, working with that initial kind of focus rather than just the deep end of support.
How much does it cost for this program to run? So if someone was to support you, what are they looking at? So the program, you're looking at say around $2,000 a term. So around $25, per young man kind of thing can make a great impact and really, that's amazing.
Big step towards them changing their life.
Yeah, awesome. This is Celebrating Services. Thank you, Toby. Thank you, Sheena, for being here. If you'd like to know more about CALM and what they do, you can contact them on the number here or on the website below. Thank you so much for being here and have a great day. Thanks.
Cheers.
Bye.
Handshake.
Yeah! Yeah, awesome. Perfect. Well, we might get Tom up. So
Toby.
Sorry. So Toby is the top blokes guy. Hang on, I won't do that. Exciting. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You're like, look at him. He's just like, yeah, whatever.
I told you, he's your man.
Right.
Started up
Welcome.
a dozen times. Sorry, can we
Yeah,
take,
sure.
Take 45.
Take 45.
Yeah.
These are all bloopers. These are going in the back. So I started a bloopers thing.
Yeah,
You're
excellent.
Yeah,
Welcome
the
to
winner.
bloopers. Yeah.